Well, first order of business, citizen comments, any citizens, seeing none, moving on. Agenda item C1, consider approving minutes from October 8th, 2025 meeting and take appropriate action. Does anyone have any commentary about our minutes from the previous meeting?
No.
Okay, motion to approve minutes is written. All right, I'll move second to
Oh,
Lauren.
sorry, I should
Oh.
let you.
I second the motion.
Okay.
All right, so here is the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passes. Very good, very nice. All right. Item 2, receive an update on sustainability awards. Ooh, interesting, received by the city of Farmers Branch.
All right. So, we brought home some hardware.
Yeah, let's go.
We've got some plaques and stuff up here that we've been awarded recently. So we'll probably do a kind of a group photo after the meeting.
Nice.
I'm pretty dressed today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm wearing a sweatshirt.
All good. But yeah, the first one is the project certification from Texan by Nature, and that's the one that Lauren led the charge on. And so that's,
Thank you. I mean, you did all the legwork
Yeah.
though.
Soak it in.
Yeah.
Okay.
and that was for our water conservation rebate program. So, and I think that award actually led us to the next one. I think it put us on the radar of that organization, Texan by Nature. And so we were actually awarded the Texan by Nature Texan 20 award. And so that is to recognize the best work in conservation coming from Texas-based businesses and organizations. So they actually, there's not an application for this one. That organization evaluates, and they say over 2,000 organizations using public sources. And they annually select 20 to 25 of the most impressive organizations in conservation and so we were the municipal services category for that. That's a big deal there. And like I
Because they
said,
found us.
they found us.
We didn't go like, hey.
Yes, so that one, I mean, I guess we are getting the word out there somehow.
Yeah.
They put the, they heard about our last chairperson, so.
Yeah. So, no, but I definitely think getting that project certification kind of like, oh, City of Farmers Branch, let's look and see what they're doing. And, you know, obviously they were pretty impressed. So, that was cool to get. And then the last one is the Department of Energy. They sponsored a Soul Smart program. We've talked about that in this meeting before. So we were certified at the bronze level. And that recognizes the city's commitment to solar energy and removing obstacles to growth, like unintended barriers and zoning and permitting. We were going for gold on that one. I got an email from the company that is, I guess, you know, the contract for Department of Energy, and they were guessing that they were gonna get funding stopped any day now. So they asked, since we had everything submitted for bronze, they're like, do you wanna just do that? And then whenever we get the code of ordinance updated with the definitions, he's like, if we're still here, you guys can redo it for gold. But he's like, if you want a plaque, you probably should just tell me right now. So that was something that was called out in the sustainability plan. So we did receive that award from Department of Energy. So yeah, we've got three pretty good pieces of recognition for the city. And yeah, the Soul Smart one was also mentioned in the sustainability plan as a recommended action to pursue that designation. So that's another checkbox there.
Awesome.
Well done, Alex. Well done.
This whole group, so.
Where are they going? In your office or-
So I think we're gonna try to hang them up in the Public Works suite somewhere. I don't know if it'll be in like a conference room or in like the kind of entryway area. But I'd like to have them on display and
I'm sure.
good awards for the city. So,
I think we'd like them in the front lobby,
front lobby.
right by
Uh,
the,
That one might be a little bit of a stretch.
Agree that they opened up the Florida plant, so they're just coming around. Yeah.
Does it say,
Like an indoor. Yeah.
it says City of Farmers Branch on there as the award?
Not on the Soul Smart one, but on the other two. It does say City of Farmers Branch. So, yeah, it was good.
really
news.
nice.
Good recognition of all the work that the committee's doing, and that the city's doing as a whole. So just wanted to share that with you guys. We shared that in our department meeting, yesterday. So
And what is that one that found us? Like, Is it top 2,000 in what, Texas?
So it's actually the top 20. They evaluate like 2,000 different businesses and organizations doing conservation work. So the nonprofit is Texan by Nature, and they do a lot of work with like large landowners and like companies that are trying to do large conservation projects. So they do a lot of work like wetlands and different things like that. They're kind of all over the place, animal habitat restoration and protection. And so they look at different categories, and, you know, for ours, we were the municipal services, but they look at a bunch of different other categories there, like manufacturing, retail, different things like that. So we got to go to the award summit, which was held at SMU, at the Bush Center, because the nonprofit was founded by Laura Bush, and received that award. And there were quite a few like really recognizable companies, like HEB was one of the awardees, Shiner was one of the awardees. So I'm like, hey, for a Texas organization, we're up here with Shiner, HEB. So I feel like that's a pretty good sign.
That is a good sign.
Recognized what, top 1 or 0.1%?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I think had 20 awardees, so.
Top 20 out of 2,000, yeah. Yes.
So the next agenda item,
I thought, that's it? That's all we had?
On the awards, yeah. There's 3 awards.
I mean,
Awardee
no,
award.
I think so.
Oh, no, I was like, okay, now receive staff updates. I thought it was all.
You're just gonna bleed right one into the other.
Yeah. I believe.
All right, so some thank yous are in order to start the update. So Price did an excellent presentation to the city council. for the
Yes,
committees.
good job, Price.
That was what,
Right.
last Tuesday already?
Okay.
And then we had volunteers at Haunts and Houses. We had Lisa, Suzette, and Lauren. So they were there for a couple hours dealing with the craziness of the horn honking and
That's
touch of the
great.
duck and
So much
kids
fun.
running up high, like on a sugar rush and everything. So a good event there. And then our volunteers at the tree giveaway, we had Lauren, Val, Suzette, Lisa, and Ted. And they stepped up huge. Our tree supplier was 2 hours late. So they were supposed to be there at 8:30, so we could have everything ready before the event started. They didn't get there till 10:30, so we kind of had to push back the event 30 minutes. All of the volunteers stepped up immensely. They came in there, we unloaded the trailer as quick as we could. Big backlog of people and got them through, I think really, really efficiently. So you
Yeah.
guys did excellent. So I
Nice.
really appreciate you guys more than earned your volunteer time on that. So you got more than you bargained for, but you guys did amazing work. So I really do appreciate that.
Hope so. Blanket on the floor.
Thank you.
Other news that happened on the November 4th council meeting, our active transportation plan that's been in the works for quite some time, and the complete streets policy, those were both approved by council on the consent agenda. So those are adopted formally now. So we can start working on the implementation of that. So it's another nice one to kind of check off the list and start moving forward on the implementation. So that was a long time coming. Glad that one got through. We submitted a grant for EV fast chargers through the Council of Governments. So that would be for 4 fast chargers in the city. That's subject to being awarded the grant, council acceptance of the funds and everything, but we did get the application in. So we're looking kind of a couple different spots, one near the Grove, which is by the DART station, and then one or potentially at City Hall. So the fast chargers, we wanted it to be fairly close proximity to I-35. It had to be on a city-owned parcel.
All right.
So there are some things on that, but hopefully it's one of those things where someone could, if they are using the DART station, then, park and ride on their way home, they could go charge up real quick. Or people that are going up and down 35, and then hopefully as they're charging, maybe frequent a business or something in that area. So we'll see if we get that awarded. I think the region had $15 million allocated for that. I'm sure a lot of cities, it's a pretty good deal on the grant with the reimbursement and everything like that. So I'm sure a lot of people applied. So we'll see, but we at least, we're gonna give it a shot.
But are they award-winning cities?
I don't know. mention that. It's like,
Yeah.
we have a
Yeah.
Texan by nature. we're
So
fast
like,
chargers.
we're like 20, top 20 out of 2000.
Yeah.
How much is one of those
That's not
chargers?
counting for something.
Um,
Other
the
places.
charger itself, I think they're close to like 75,000. They're pretty expensive,
Right.
but the grant, the way it's structured is we would pay 80% upfront and then immediately get reimbursed that 80%.
Okay.
So, and then there's it's actually pretty well how they have it set up. They had a consultant help with all the applications to do the site plans, to make sure that they're all ADA accessible and those types of things. So they'll work with us and whoever they decide is the charging station vendor.
That was, is it ChargePoint again?
I don't know who the vendor will be. So that's one of the things that kind of concurrently, the Council of Governments is working to identify the vendor as they're judging the applications. So it's possible that it might just be one potential vendor, or it might be where the cities that are awarded have a pick, but we don't know. at
It'd
this
just be nice for ChargePoint, because if
Yeah,
it's a
that's-
local person, they wouldn't have to get another app on their phone.
time. Exactly.
And but that'd be another. It would cost money to charge a car, right? You gotta
Yeah,
go-
so they would be the chargers would be owned by the city,
Mhm.
but the maintenance and different things like that would fall to the charging station vendor.
Right,
So it's actually a really good thing, because then it's not me having to go flip a breaker if something goes wrong, or coordinate with
right.
getting an electrician out there if there's
Well,
an
that's
issue.
one thing, I mean, since it's so close to City Hall, I'm actually hoping that it's ChargePoint, because that way you'll have that consistency across the city.
Yeah,
Not that I'm saying one vendor is superior to the other, but just for the consistency, because we already had ChargePoint across the city, so.
And these are L3 chargers, right?
correct. Yeah, so they would fully charge the vehicle in 20 to 30 minutes.
250 kilowatts?
I think the minimum standard is 150, but it's possible depending on the vendor that it might be a 250 or something like that. But 150 kilowatt ones, there's 4 of those. It's a good chunk of power. They'll have to site a transformer on the site
Right.
and different things like that. So,
So if there's a problem, the user would just contact them through the app.
yeah,
And then they are you're not involved in any way of like getting someone out there or.
pretty much, yeah. So
Okay.
the charging station vendor, that one of their requirements is like a certain amount of
Maintenance and
uptime
all
and
that,
maintenance
yeah.
and everything like that. So if there is an issue, and then they do get a portion of the money from the actual charging usage, the fee. So they're financially incentivized to make sure that those things are up and running as much as possible.
Is anyone know if ChargePoint's gonna be able to like up the kilowatts if if future EVs are able to like charge faster? Cause like a lot of cars have a max of like 250 right now. But in the future, if their architectures change, they might be able to go to 350, maybe 450 in the future. So that would, if those chargers are able to meet it, then it could reduce the charging time for the cars that are able to charge at those higher maxes.
Look,
So
man,
I'm just-
20 minutes to fully charge a car.
Also, they probably have a whole department that's already thinking about that.
I mean, I would hope so, but like, I'd hope for some confirmation, maybe, like we could at least ask.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get these things put in and
Yeah,
paid for.
I think that-
But no,
that's
I mean, that's
probably
probably
on
on the
their
tech side
plate.
there.
That's just getting
They're-
spoiled, charge.
20 minutes.
A lot of
30
people
minutes.
still compare EVs to gas and say, oh, but they don't charge in 5 minutes like gas cars are doing, and it's like. But like, those people do still have to be answered to in some way, like, if we can say 10 minutes instead of 5, if the architectures are capable of it in 5-10 years or whatever, then that would be one less argument against EVs.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, at this, on this one, we're gonna be given the parameters based on the charging station vendor, but I mean, I'm sure as technology progresses, that'll be a
They'll
consideration.
And right now, we're just trying to accommodate the people that we actually have that already have EVs, not convince more people to get EVs, although that is obviously a goal.
Well, and we're seeing a lot of growth in that. I think we're at 850 EVs that are registered in Farmers Branch, and I think when we did our
51.
nice job, Bryce. And then when we did that infographic, I think we were at 656, so.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
a good
200 or so.
20%.
Yeah.
Increase.
So it is going up, and I think hopefully having, especially for the people that don't have like the apartment, or like that lives in an apartment, they have access now.
Well,
That's good. And we currently have 2 city EVs, is that right?
We have 3.
Oh, 3.
We have 3 city EVs.
3 is new, did we get a new one?
We got 2 fairly recently with
Right.
the Department of Energy funds, the F-150 and then the Equinox, and then we've had the code enforcement lead for a while.
Okay.
That was the first one. We still
Yeah.
have that one. I did submit the Sustainability Committee for Board of the Year again. I know we haven't had a great track record on that one, but
One of these
we
days.
apply every year and now we got some more awards.
We have
so
awards.
We're gonna give it a shot.
We got.
When they give it to Adrian again, I'm just gonna run in front of them.
Yeah, and I think that'll be, the council, I think next week is gonna vote on the 2026 calendar. And so they'll confirm the date of the
Banquet.
banquet, at that
Oh.
time.
Next.
That's in the spring.
Yeah, it's maybe what, February or March, kind of around there.
I don't, it didn't, I feel like it was cold the last time we had it.
True.
Yeah.
There's whatever-
I think it was April.
There's whenever my
Yeah,
water
like
heater.
spring,
went out,
spring,
I'll-
not like-
I'll-
like mid-spring.
Just remember that being the same day. I mentioned the tree giveaway. We had 200 trees, so those, we got those. There were a few left over. The parks is gonna plant, and we have a few.
Really?
Yeah, we had a few Mexican plums. We tend to every year have,
Couple.
like 25% maybe, or like maybe like 30 or 40 leftover trees of people that don't show up. And then we normally get a pretty big rush at the end
Yeah.
of people that walk up. So we ended up having, 18 or so left over.
Hmm.
Was there any other communication to you, of people that went to the wrong place?
So I didn't receive any communications from folks that went to Brookhaven. The people that came early to the event or earlier on time before we got the trees, they were notified and their trees were held that they could come pick them up, and about half of them have so far. So trying to do right by those folks. I mentioned the Texan by Nature Summit where we received the Texan 20 award. So that was a good one to be at. Hopefully represented the city well there for the, that's all I had to do, grab and smile. No speech is necessary.
Well, if you did that,
Yeah.
if that was a reenactment,
Lead for Cities, I submitted that today for our final review.
Nice.
So that has been a journey, getting all of that information put together. So we expect to hear the results by early January.
And that was for bronze, right?
No, so we submitted enough points for gold, assuming that they all get accepted. We're kind of like on the threshold between gold and silver.
Oh,
So I think we have a pretty good chance to get gold. But yeah, we'll just have to see how they score those things, but that'd be great recognition
I would be.
again for the city, because that one's pretty intensive and it's kind of one of the few national type benchmarks for cities and sustainability.
And this gold, silver, bronze system, that's a sustainability ranking comparing us to what, different cities and
there you go.
Correct, yeah, so it's run by the US Green Building Council. So you've got, like LEED buildings, are you familiar with those? They have a rating system for cities. So it comes over a lot of the different categories like water, waste, transportation, energy. And so that's what we're scoring. And so we will be able to see with the other cities that have gone through that, kind of where we stand. And they have the ranking system. I think goes certified, silver, gold, and then platinum. Platinum would be very hard to get, but I think if we get gold, that's a good standing for, just adopting a sustainability plan 3.5 years ago. We're moving forward pretty well, even if it sometimes doesn't feel like it. On the building codes, we had something in the sustainability plan for solar and EV ready. We've pushed that for a while. It did not get put into the requirements on the residential side, but it is listed within the code as guidelines. So there's at least some ink on paper. It doesn't have the teeth behind it, but as people are going through those, at least we have the guidance for them, so it's consistent. And then hopefully maybe in the next adoption, it'll get a little bit more formalized. But when we met with the developers, especially on the EV ready, most of them are already doing that for single family.
Okay.
So I think we're kind of moving in the right direction even without that, but the baby step. Rawhide Trail, 40 solar powered lights were installed along that.
Looks good.
So, yeah, those are all solar powered, which is really cool. And then on water rebates, we're up to 120 toilets and 14 irrigation checkups. And our next meeting is December 10th.
That should be a little guy, right?
Yeah, that one will be a short one. And then I think Suzette we talked a little bit on Saturday about maybe doing like a little holiday kind of get together after the meeting at her house. So
Now,
more info to come on that if everyone's
if
interested in
anyone,
that.
if everyone wants to do it, we can do it and just do the meeting here and then do everything else at my house.
Funsies. Thank you. Yeah.
A little more relaxing.
All right. All right, well, receive an update on the progress of the sustainability plan. Item 4.
So there's not too much on this one. I did print these out. They're very small. It's printing from a spreadsheet. And it just lists the kind of the progress that we've done on the different actions. So if anyone needs, you might need a microscope or something, magnifying glass to read this. I can pull it up on the screen if it would be helpful, but it's more so just kind of a reference for the members as you guys are, kind of looking, especially as we go into the next conversation, on where we want to focus for the next year. It's gonna be the smaller one, I think, Sue, that it looks like this.
Nope, it's the other.
So I can pull it up on the screen if you guys would like. But it just basically shows, here's the actions that we've taken on all of those, items, and then what future actions there might be. So it would probably be a little bit better to, when I emailed out the packet, that's in there. So more so kind of just at your leisure to kind of go through and see what we've been working on, what we've done, and kind of where we look at the future.
I feel like, if I remember correctly, when the city was reevaluating like the purchasing regulate, whatever guidelines that you helped institute, that there was a sustainability element to that. So not that I'm not asking about that. My question is there, since the landscaping code and ordinance and stuff has been indefinitely tabled, is there another pathway by which we can do something similar to that, where they're putting in new landscaping in places like public, like, instead of crepe myrtles, maybe there's a Texas native that's more appropriate instead of, this ornamental grass, maybe a native grass is more like, is there any influence that we could, or any pathway that we could to kind of like try and get a similar thing where it's like a native plant is the top choice before another kind of plant
Yeah,
for the purchasing for Parks and Rec, I
think that the policy would kind of cover that, especially if it's maybe a more expensive thing, because there's kind of the sustainable procurement policy has like a threshold where you can spend a certain percentage more for a more sustainable product.
Mhm.
So if it's a price thing, then, that would work in there. So you could purchase a tree that's maybe $2 more or something, or grass that's $1 more, whatever.
Mhm, mhm.
More of it, I think, is just kind of on, parks, and thankfully, Robert is over that department. And
Yeah.
he's been to a lot of these meetings before. We were talking with him on Saturday, the medians, driving up down William Dodson to City Hall. They're about to redo those, and he's gonna try and make sure that they do something that's monarch friendly.
Mhm.
So it's like, I think us talking about this more and more and bringing awareness to it is kind of helping
Mhm.
push it in that
Okay.
direction. There's not really anything that mandates it right now, where it's
Right.
like you would have to plant like a native or anything like that. But thankfully, the natives are gonna be hardier normally
Less
and less maintenance
maintenance,
and less
yeah.
water. So it's a financially prudent thing too, as long as we, it's done in a way that looks appealing, because that's, kind
Sure.
of the crowd that we
Sure,
get.
sure, sure.
And potentially opposition is,
Yeah.
hey,
It looks too wild. and
yeah,
whatever.
something like
That's
that.
wild after when they
So
die
it's
out.
nothing that mandates it, but I think people are more aware of it, and staff are more aware of it now too. So hopefully we kind of see that more moving forward.
Have we thought about, it's lovely that they, thought about the monarch friendly, but is that really the best in the middle of a roadway to have a bunch of butterflies trying to dodge traffic?
Yeah, I mean, thankfully for that one, that's a pretty slow moving,
Yeah.
street, but yeah, I definitely get that.
Like, yeah,
Hopefully that's something for more in the parks too, like.
yeah, the parks would be great.
Yeah, and like that, where they just took down all the trees right there off of Chapel, Oak Brook, over in your neighborhood. They took down all if they're gonna replant stuff. let's put natives in there instead of, and I love, like, all the Turks Cap out over by Brookhaven, it's great, it's beautiful, it attracts pollinators, it's super hardy. So I was just curious if there was maybe a way we could influence that more for the city properties.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do it kind of from my end and, you know, I was really pleased talking with Robert the other day on
Yeah.
that they're at least, you know, thinking
Thinking
about some
about
of
it,
these
yeah.
things. We've had, I know Urbano was at one of these meetings from Parks and spoke with us, but the other thing too is, you know, if you guys meet folks on Parks and Rec Board or ever go to one of those meetings, it's worth bringing
Yeah,
up too. And
bringing
just,
it up. Mhm.
I know Price did that when they did the, grow zone out here,
Mhm.
and when they seeded that, he went to the meeting and told them, hey, this is wonderful and we'd
Right,
love to see more. So hopefully that kind of continues to drive it.
Pam Smith used to be the landscape architect, is that the right title?
I think so.
Something along that line. Do we have anyone now that does that we can invite them to come here? So
I don't think they filled her position. The
Right.
roles are kind of split
Yeah.
along. So like Urbano does a lot. Ben Solis before he retired, I don't know if they filled.
Retired?
Yeah,
When?
he's been around
a
forever.
while back, like 3 or 4 months
One of my
ago.
favorite teachers.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
so it's kind of split between folks now, but
Okay.
There's a lot of in progress / completes on here, Alex.
we've been doing fairly well, I think, as we moved out.
When's the next, chair get together? There's 2 of them a year, right?
Yeah, it won't be for a few months, I don't think. Whenever that's on the council next week, when they approve the 2026 schedule,
Okay,
they have those dates. So if they approve those, I'll send them to you.
okay.
I think that's probably good for that one.
All right, let's hop on to discuss sustainability committee goals for 2026.
All right, so that is, this document here is courtesy of Joseph from a while back. To kind of look at the recommended actions and the goals of the sustainability plan. So I think Suzette, Esarifi, and Lisa have already kind of sent their top 3. If you guys want to maybe kind of do one real quick, your top 3, I've got the handouts back there too. And I figured that would kind of guide our discussion on which ones sort of score the highest. And if anyone has any questions on those things, we can kind of do that. But this is just sort of trying to focus when Price and I are making the agendas for next year. You know, what are the ones that we might need to get a speaker on, or, you know, try to work a little bit more on, make more of a focus to start the year.
Yeah.
You telling me which numbers I did?
Yeah, Suzette, you had water conservation as your top choice, access to recycling second, and increased efficiency third.
Increase.
Efficiency number 1.
I think it.
Unfortunately,
Okay.
punitive actions towards people who cut down a lot of trees didn't make the cut. So. Uh, As far as like what I'm gonna try to do until I am released from this chairmanship. I know.
I'm just begging to be reelected next June.
I know, like,
Heavy's ahead.
already started his campaign.
So I know. Yeah, but, I would really like to get more of the rewilding like they did here with the wildflowers in different parks. I did drive past, was it Bicentennial, the one I always complain about, where it's just trees and a park bench and bare ground? Yeah. I mean, that thing's just prime for it. There's nothing there, so, but just so it looks like if there was like a native phlox or something, like a thick, low, like a shade grow thick
Ground cover?
yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Where is this?
Bicentennial, it's at, it's
Well-
off, it's, I think it's off of,
Sigma or Alpha, isn't it right up there by in the industrial, kind of industrial?
yeah, it's in the
area?
industrial, it's off of, it's just, it's around whatever,
Spring Valley.
whatever
and-
Odd is on Spring Valley, yeah,
On that side of
Yeah.
Midway.
yeah.
Alex, do we have access to what the city spends on mowing?
I can ask.
Do you have access to what?
I know like we track like the fuel costs and everything. I'm sure they probably have a general idea on
I think
hours.
probably the best way would be to be like, how to offset like
That's a
that,
good
lower
idea.
that budget,
Yeah,
a line item. By, if you rewild this many square feet, it'll save this much,
the creek,
thousands, you know.
that Creek
And
Range,
they're like, dollars and cents is what it boils down
Yeah.
to, so if we can make the,
And another one that's like that is this park here at the end of our,
Alpha
walking
Link
track.
Park.
The corner of that.
Mhm.
It's a little pocket park.
Yeah, it's a corner, it's a triangle.
But Louisville did this whole thing about pocket prairies, like they have these little pockets of these kind of donated pieces of land that aren't really, if you're not really able to activate them in a way that the residents, because there's not access, or there's not a place to park, or there's blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They did like a whole thing on, they had a
That's what
whole
this one
program
is.
on it.
Right
On it.
Yeah, that one right where, right where Alpha makes the big left turn before it turns in back into Valley View, right? So you're you're on Alpha and then it makes the big looping left turn, Brookhaven's off to the right.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah, okay.
Right, it's on that
Like right
first
up
corner, yeah.
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 Yeah, that one is, it's not even a pretty park.
I see the sign.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
it's, I think, a wooden fence, I think, maybe, a decorative wooden fence, that's not decorative, and that's about it.
And the decorative wooden fence requires maintenance and painting and slab repair and all this other good stuff, so take it out, native grasses.
Request that to be a fairy park.
Lauren, do you have price have top three?
I would say harmony between the number 3 is one. And then because our landfill is filling up, I would say 9 and 10 would be. Yeah, that's why we're all doing the same thing.
That's good. Gives us good focus on price.
Well, the, increasing the tree canopy, for air quality and reduced emissions, air pollution, greenhouse gas, increasing the tree canopy, obviously, more trees is better. The transitioning towards renewable energy. And then, yeah, they're all good. I mean,
They're all so good.
they're all so good. There's so many choices.
It's hard to make the choice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but
this doesn't lock us in.
No, I know, but I mean, it's like, and then, yeah, I would have to say the landfill too, just as something, because you know, increasing tree canopy and planting trees is that's a nice short-term one, rewilding some of the parks where people don't use the parks. And then, but yeah, then gotta keeping the landfill active longer than stretching it out as long as we can.
In what way is this not final though? Like, are we gonna have like debates?
I mean, we're not gonna ignore the categories that don't score the highest. It just might not be the main focus of the committee. Um, So price on that last one, was it waste reduction or?
Yeah, waste reduction, zero waste for, waste reduction for, the landfill.
All right, so basically, if someone had, their first choice was 3 points, second was 2, third was 1. Our highest scores were access to recycling, waste reduction, and then the tied for third was harmony between the built natural environment and water conservation. So I think that actually works out really well, for kind of focusing on zero waste.
Mhm.
We talked about that a little bit last week. It came up during, Price's presentation to council about composting. We lost that service with the closure of the Triple C. So I think, and then I think as I look at like the status on the plan, zero waste has probably been one that we haven't had as much on, or we may be taking a step back on with the Triple C closure. So I think that actually works out pretty well.
So I've been working on the famous case for composting. I submitted something to, Alex, he's gonna take a look at it. And then if there's any alteration, I'm gonna start socializing this to some of the council people.
Oh, like with, Chamber of Commerce, Chamber and all that. Well, that was, again, that was something where, when we might be able to get something going, just talking to, the branch connection people, cause I know they probably, I hope they have functions there, like private parties and stuff like that, just cause it's,
Yeah,
Oh,
I
brand
can deal
new.
with this, yeah.
yeah, so like maybe we to increase composting there. One thing I kind of came up with, this is just, cause we went to Carrollton, the Switchyard Festival, and that's a pretty big festival. That's really big. But I was thinking maybe something for Farmers Branch as a pilot program. And I was thinking the Mustang Station businesses right off of B Street there, that little area, close that off for like possibly a little festival, but aimed toward sustainability. Like, kind of emphasize the fact that we would like to try a zero waste event where food is composted, plates are compostable, you have, like at my work, we have the compostable plant-based, flatware. Everything, all the wrapping that everything came in is compostable. And just something like that, and start really small, like in that area, maybe get the businesses that are in there to buy in. And to have a small pilot one to see how it goes. So that was just something to get it on the radar, get sustainability on the radar, get waste reduction on the radar for people, but also do something that could be community-based and fun. And that little area there will be kind of perfect because it's open enough where you could have a band or some form of entertainment and be able to close it off without interrupting flow of traffic. Obviously, we'd have to wait till Valley View's done. But
I have an idea for that.
do we know?
Pardon?
I said, do you know?
I do.
Fill me in.
At Brookhaven, whenever, this is reorganization, but this possibly could be done at City Hall with staff. But when we would have a meeting, or if they were gonna have coffee at the meeting or whatever, the food vendor had to have combustible paper plates and napkins and all of that for us. And they would not order, our staff would not order cups for us. We always had to bring our own coffee cup or our own bottle or whatever. So really across campus, there was, unless it were bringing in guests, then it would be recyclable. So could we promote this on their campus as well?
No, sure. I mean, I would, that was just
Started.
yeah, cause that was just an idea just cause of the businesses there.
Yeah.
But if Brookhaven or anywhere really, that it might be a feasible thing. Obviously, this is something there would be a lot of planning to have to go through. There'd be legwork. But if it wasn't too big of an area, I think it's possible. So just to kind of get the sustainability mindset out there and have something where it might be something fun for people to do, but also get their brains in the thinking of, okay, composting goes here, food goes here, aluminum cans go here. You know, try to limit the amount of plastic, if at all, and any, maybe the vendors we could work with them in getting either a compostable container or everything in a paper wrap, something like that. I was just thinking about that, cause just walked around Carrollton yesterday, it's like garbage cans are full, no recycling, bins anywhere for, you know, beer cups and beer cans and all that, and just like everyone giving away every little cheap
Well,
piece of plastic tchotchke.
if you didn't want to attempt a whole festival yourself, maybe we could partner with the culture, festival. Because that had limited food options. They were mostly food trucks, right?
Yeah,
And I would think food trucks would be even easier to try and get to temporarily, if they already aren't using compostable. So, you know, if you didn't wanna try to deal with putting together a whole festival.
Yeah.
Working with something
it's a good idea.
that's kind of already
Green,
successful, yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a.
We have a meeting, I think in December, but I'll bring it up to the staff.
Okay.
That for one of the qualifications for the food vendors is going to be compostable,
Right.
items, so see if they can do that.
Do we have any location that takes those? Cause I thought the last, like, even though they're supposedly compostable, a lot of places that are actually composting will not accept.
With that, I would, before we do anything like that, I would get I would talk to our composting vendor at my work, Dr. Cowboy Compost out of Fort Worth. Get the designation, because everything that is that kind of compostable it's on the box label or on whichever.
Sure.
And we can just say, this is, you know, if you want your food truck here, here's your implements and all the other stuff has to have this designation to it. And I would probably be able to talk to them and they would probably be able to pick up the compost bins from the area too, you know?
Well, then we probably have to staff volunteers with any of the waste bins or anything
Right,
to
right.
educate people, okay,
Right.
put this here, put that
Right,
here.
yeah, I mean, this isn't something I'm not gonna be, I am hopeful, but I'm not naive.
Well, it's gotta start somewhere.
Gotta start somewhere, but I mean, that's something that possibly maybe next fall, I mean, give it a year sometime, like maybe right before Halloween or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was just something that I was thinking of.
Parks and Recreation is already, most of the city services are already out at that culture festival, so.
Okay,
Right,
I mean, I think piggybacking on another thing is gonna be, cause they just cut several city staffed events. So I think selling a new
Yeah, I think the
event
product's already
is
out
gonna
there.
be
okay, well, I mean, then,
the
yeah,
whole thing,
we
but
just need to get and I'm pretty sure that the compost company would provide the bins for composting. And yeah, as long as you have someone staffing them and saying, you know, no, you can't throw your whatever in this is.
You can't throw that.
Yeah. So, but I mean, if,
I have a suggestion, right? We have meetings, these are meetings at the multicultural, are open. If anyone wants to come over there, I can send you the dates.
yeah, go ahead.
is it not on the calendar for the other committees and boards?
I don't know if it's.
Are you guys ad hoc?
Because it's a subcommittee. Not like,
From parks
it's
or special
It's
events?
an arts.
Oh, the arts and culture?
guide, yeah, so they adopted that.
Okay. So y'all
Where
are
are
a
your meetings?
subcommittee of the art and culture
Yeah, I think so,
committee
yeah.
or whatever.
I don't, yeah.
Okay.
Are there, I know there's a economic development office, right?
Yes.
Are there any incentives that that we could provide for like the pickleball tournament offers recycling? Is there like any scoring where they can like get more points or like?
Not that I'm aware of, but I'll try to get a better answer. on if that's something that's out there maybe that we just don't utilize or,
Yeah.
you know, that.
Or sometimes there's like.
Maybe we could apply for another award.
Good lord.
Pickleball board, that's gonna be Terry's.
City events,
Think of it.
green,
Make it 4, why not?
or make it, yeah, make it like Farming Branch is leading the way and asking all their vendors at all their events to be green or bring combustible.
Which you would expect a city with the slogan of City of Trees would.
Yeah.
Right,
Right.
city in a park, you know.
Yeah.
like, hey, it's a park, hey, look at us.
Yeah, here's our styrofoam though.
Right.
Well, we can synergize, can we not?
I'll look into like on one of the things I'm gonna work on next week is looking at compost, whether Al gave me something to look at, but also just whether it would be a drop off thing, trying to bring back at least what we had at Triple C or
Mhm.
potential for like opt-in residential type thing.
The third party.
But yeah, if that's something that we're gonna try and identify a vendor, that'd be something that I could kind of try to write into is like for a special event, being able to bring, you know, and service like a special event.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, so, and, as far as, when I gave my presentation, Elizabeth was talking about her little compost bucket and everything that they do in LA. The one thing that I don't know if it would work is getting people to bring their composting like to the community garden or something like that voluntarily. But I just think that the easier we make it, the better
Yeah.
chance there is.
Agreed.
So, cause someone walking like, it's like, okay, well, you live on Luna. It's like, okay, well, bring your composting to the community garden and fight Valley View and.
You have to be kind of careful too, cause like. If you're controlling like the garden like they do, like you don't want a bunch of volunteer plants coming,
Right.
so like people could throw stuff that has seeds in it that.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we really wouldn't want to drop off, I think, to be on site just because it could have a lot of either
Contaminants.
There could be
contaminants or just like meat and different things in the open compost that they have there wouldn't work. But if it was, maybe if we had multiple drop off site, you know, we could have one at the Senlac on Saturdays and one maybe at the community garden. That one wouldn't be manned, so we do risk of, you know, it potentially turning into a trash can. You know, that kind of thing. So we'll look at kind of all different options on that. But I think, you know, having at an event probably be very visible to people and make people aware.
I think so.
I think
Just
that's the
have
way to
to
go,
work with the vendors.
because they're going to have a good time. And at the same time, the next hit would be these other options.
And I wanted
There's a
to-
lot of kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're into it. in
Educate the
school.
kids, maybe that's one of the stamps in the
Right.
passport is.
And also put it out there, make it abundantly clear that before the event, we are working to make this a 100% sustainable event. It's just going to take, not caution, you'll just have to be attentive to what you're doing and where you're throwing your stuff out, kind of thing, and don't make it like, have your, everything there, and then the bottom in, you know, 10 point font, this is 100% sustainability, so nobody can see it.
No,
I kind of want to knock them over the head with it for this type of thing, that that's the kind of goal, that's the initial goal of the thing, like everything else is kind of centered around that. So who knows, maybe some famous hippy dippy artist like can come and play in it or something like that.
So are you suggesting that this be a new subcommittee or a new committee?
Yeah, I don't know about a new committee or subcommittee, but I mean, just something, it might be a subcommittee of something. We have to see, but I wouldn't mind working on that. But that was the other thing too, is with the, getting our ratings of what we wanted to focus on this deal. That's kind of like, was gonna drive our committees, our subcommittees,
basically.
yeah. Cause,
So what were the top three again, you said?
The
Recycling.
top three,
Base.
access to recycling, waste reduction, and then tied was harmony between the built natural environment and water conservation. They were tied for third. So if we want to, we could move into the next agenda item.
yeah, we
We're talking about subcommittees. feeds in pretty well.
Look at that, flows. Speaking of synergy.
Yeah. So we talked last week, or last meeting on the subcommittees, built a natural environment, sounded like we wanted to keep that one. Communications, I know Lisa had talked about like the commitment levels and if that's worth doing, and then water conservation was kind of open to potentially shifting a focus into another category, so I'll let you guys discuss.
Natural environment, yeah.
I mean, nothing to. Do you need?
We should just, can we get a sustainability branded Snuggie for Suzette?
Yes. We're at work, those huge ponchos.
Right, it's with polyester and plastic, so absolutely no heat escapes out of it.
So are we trying to decide, are we keeping these committees or not keeping these committees?
It's open.
That's kind of what I'm trying to figure out.
And
Are we adding
we had
these committees?
conversations about adding, we had.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe it makes sense to look at the current committees and see which ones don't directly correlate with the top 3/4. And then replace whatever we think is either run its course or is not going forward with the current city council.
Yeah, water conservation, what else is there to do other than the meters?
Yeah, plant trees and native grasses, and that's right, it kind of built a natural environment too, so that
Yeah.
kind of meshes there. Cause I think that's the only thing that's really that we have left is with the water meters and the program's gonna continue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the toilet and irrigation programs are gonna continue. So maybe just kind of folding the water conservation under the built natural environment when it comes to native plants and planting more trees and reducing.
We could
Reducing water.
have a waste reduction run. That would be a good thing to do. Because there's big concern at the city level of the cost of closing that landfill. 30 million is right now, it's 30. It's going to increase. So that's something to think about.
I'm not sure that having a communications committee is really necessary, like, we could just ad hoc it if there needs to be something specific.
Okay.
And then, really it would just be a matter of, because we all need to be well versed in what we're doing and able to talk about it. So that when we volunteer, when we're doing city stuff, we know what we're talking about. So I don't really know that like a committee is necessary for all the year, like I said, ad hoc is probably fine.
Yeah, and we would still continue to try to do like a spring event, a fall.
Yeah, I mean,
tabling and even-
Yeah, I still think the goal to be at least attend one event every quarter.
Mhm.
And since we did 2 this year, I think it's easy fine to add to that, like maybe the fishing fun in the spring and
Yeah.
something else. Or just maybe one more next year and then go for 4 the following year or whatever, but like we have all of the literature and
Stuff now.
information and
The pretty one pager.
all the things, that's gonna still keep, we don't need to create any of that, so.
Yeah.
So that just leaves us with the one committee, the built-in natural environment. So there's room for more.
Cause there's only 3 or 4.
There's 3, right? Right now there's 3. There's
There's like
the
a-
built-in natural environment, communications and water.
Water, yeah, I thought there was a 4th.
Oh, people, yeah, it can't be more than 3 on a subcommittee. And I mean, we can have technically up, I think as many subcommittees as you guys would want. We don't have to have any, it's kind of more of a way for, if there's a topic that we really want to dive into where we don't have the time during our normal meetings, that allows for a small group that's not a quorum to meet and discuss and bring things back, to present to the overall group.
And the quorum would be 3 people, more than 3 people.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's why all of them are limited right now to 3 members.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, built natural environment, waste reduction, and then I don't know, might be able to just really concentrate on two because they're so broad based.
Even keep making city cooler. That would be something to think about, which goes into, the tree canopy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that could fall under probably Bill's natural environment.
Yeah, cause it talked about the urban heat effect and.
Yeah, it's a
Tree
very
canopy.
flexible canopy, if you will. A lot fits under it.
Right. Well, yeah. Yeah, so I just think that I think tree canopy is the most difficult because it's so long term, because you can't plant a
tree is tomorrow.
you can't plant an old growth tree, so.
But I mean, the heat island effect can be it can be influenced with permeable surfaces, different kinds of like vegetation.
Yeah.
You know, even like climbing vines that like keep the cement from getting a direct hit. There's all kinds of,
Moss wall.
there's all kinds of things that can contribute besides just planting, trees
Right.
that are more short-term solutions.
Stuff that we can see results in our lifetime.
Right.
Yeah, and that's, it's the covering the concrete somehow, or shading the concrete, or limiting the amount of open dirt, which is a lot around here. I've noticed there's a lot of just open dirt, especially on, well, one of the things with at my work is we do have a lot of native grasses and native plants, but there's also a lot of dirt in between them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so stacking up, like figuring out a way where you might be able to stack some sort of native low growth ground cover in between the agaves and the yuccas and all the different native plants, hopefully flowering native plants, What was that tree you said was native and instead of a crepe
Well,
myrtle?
like Douglas was good, but Vipac is more like a crepe myrtle. It's so pretty.
So,
I think there's something called like a desert laurel or something that kind of looks wisteria-ish.
Texas Mountain Laurel looking.
Yeah, but it attracts pollinators and it's about the size of like a crepe myrtle and it's flowery and.
so stuff like that, yeah. So as far as, yeah, but I think honestly, those two you'd probably be able to have a whole bunch of different focuses inside of those two committees without having to sub another committee out on it.
Mr. B, you had, emailed me, you wanted to.
If we're axing one committee and just making it ad hoc and then folding one into another, that would leave literally one committee. Subcommittee, rather. I've been thinking about for a while, renewable energy and clean tech research subcommittee. Just one that would like monitor companies and technologies near us or in any way available to us to potentially aid in our other sustainability goals.
So like a demand response program, something like some companies do.
I'm unfamiliar.
Demand response is if your energy consumption is linked to a central database of some sort. And on days when it's cooler, let's just say that the demand response is reading your AC is still running at 100%, even though it's 60 degrees outside. They can send a signal to it and kind of like ramp it down. There are cities that have that kind of program.
Yeah, San Antonio does.
What's that?
San Antonio does that.
Yeah.
They control the thermostat, so it'll allow the temperature in the house to go like 79 and then kick in the air conditioning. So you can do that didn't do a lot of that work, but again, it's privacy.
Right.
People don't want.
They don't,
No, no,
and that was a
Don't
big,
touch my hair.
that was a big problem. It's
not
like,
my house, not my
Not my
house.
house.
Great idea.
I will be murdering people at 80 degrees. No, we'll make it up.
79, it's not 80.
No, I'm so sorry. No.
Don't touch,
Too hot,
do not.
too hot.
Right, well, but that's just something where the technology, where technology is part of the city.
I mean, that might be a downstream implementation, but I was just thinking about having a subcommittee that like just basically just keeps its ear to the ground on like developments that are relevant to us in terms of companies and technologies that are out there. Like, okay, the Westbrook House that hosts the sustainability house tours, right? I went to his house and just as an example, like I took the whole tour, I asked about some of the stuff he had, the solar panels, I think I asked about maybe a battery or something. And at the end, we were just, I guess, just kind of just trading back and forth, just talking about like whatnot. This was before I interviewed the guy, like for just, I guess for this. And like I brought up the possibility of him recycling solar panels that he had on his house at some point. And he didn't even know that there was a nearby solar recycling facility. Cause like some of the stuff that like exists for like furthering sustainability goals in terms of like tech opportunities and like technologies that are out there, a lot of people don't know about. Like even those who are interested don't know about some of them that do exist. And like.
So you're saying it's almost, not only just for us, but kind of a public education thing?
Public education and like research for us as well, because like we have to know like if there is a company that does something that might be helpful for us.
What,
You know, one of the, sorry, go ahead, please.
I was gonna say, what if we made that a standing agenda item? Like, at the end of every meeting, like, I heard about X, Y, Z. Something,
I mean, I guess we could.
something to think about, but yeah.
Well, what I was thinking about on the same, technology is changing. The smart city, basically Addison is very, very good now. They've got a lot of smart cities implemented. The problem that we have is the biggest cost for a city is street lighting. 30% of the budget goes in paying that.
30?
Yeah. So anyway, we don't own the lights.
Right.
That Robert Dye
Mhm.
had big presentation on smart cities, but we don't own the light. So it's Encore, right? That's why technology, to adapt technology, you have to show a return on your investment. But you can't show a return on your investment by just putting information out. Like Addison, they do a lot of information. They've got all kinds of TV screens, but this is just information. It has to be very, very tangible. Otherwise, no one's gonna invest in technology, right? So. But that's why we can't. I gave up on that goal a long time back.
Yeah.
We don't have the lights. We could save a ton of money just putting solar panels on the lights itself.
Yeah.
There you go. So,
And Addison kind of has it over a lot of other cities where, what is it? They have, 10,000 residents, but during a weekday, it balloons up to 120,000
yeah.
because it's all businesses. It's all businesses, all those high rises, everything there.
The overnight population is what they call it. And Farmers Branch is the same way. Our overnight population is really low compared to our daytime.
Is it
population.
really?
Because we have all of the, I mean, all of these industrial
Yeah,
areas and
yeah,
headquarters and
column,
stuff
yeah.
that are not residents.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
that's just something where, business, again, they don't want people sticking their nose too much in their business, but that's something where
if the city can say, you know, as the city, the business development, you know, I'm sure there's incentives and everything that the city provides to businesses that wanna move. But there's a way to say, yeah, we're gonna give you these incentives, but we also want you to be able to reduce your electrical load by this much percent by using LED lights. If you're gonna install HVAC systems that are smarter HVAC systems, that you have a building management system where you can control your heat and AC, where you'll have it, you can keep these parameters. Everybody leaves, temperature in the summer goes up 10 degrees. You're not cooling an empty building, which I found out we were doing in my building last summer. So that was a drag.
So are you just talking about like a subcommittee that's creating a hub of information?
Now, I'm not really thinking about a hub of information. I'm just thinking about researching and then at some point acting on it where and as applicable. Like the research is just like, oh, I found this new story about this company that's doing this, and they happen to be located either in Texas or even near Dallas. Maybe we could keep that in mind so that if we have something that comes up at a meeting next month or 2 months down the line or whatever, and for whatever reason, their product or technology becomes relevant to us, we have that, oh yeah, there was that one company that we looked at a couple months ago.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but I think that because of the nature of the people on this committee, we all have such a diverse set of interests that we all kind of already do that. And then when it comes up, it's like, oh, well, his vendor that does composting, when he said cowboy composting, Alex wrote it down. So it's kind of organically, I don't know that it's a whole subcommittee to do that.
Basically, you can take charge of it. You can start working on it and present to the committee what you find.
Like-
On a regular basis.
Like your.
Like a directory even, or like
Yeah.
Yeah.
start building a
She
directory.
got an award.
She got us an award. She didn't take the credit for it, but
Right.
she got us.
She got a,
And you did the lights out, the
Yeah.
dark skies thing.
yeah.
Yep.
She's
For the birds.
silent.
Do it for the birds.
But I think a information resource.
Yeah, would be
Yeah, that's a
good,
good
like a
thing.
place to like kind of
I
all
think
keep
that's a
it
good thing.
Mhm.
consolidated. Can we do like maybe a Google sheet or something?
Yeah, we could do something like that, and then there's like articles or companies come
Mhm.
out, we just update that. And then, maybe, what is our agenda item when we talk about like sustainability events or,
Mhm.
you know, something related, do an update on that. The other thing too is I don't know if Ted or Jasper would be interested, like if they are.
Yeah,
Then maybe we look at formalizing as a subcommittee, but,
That would be good.
especially Ted probably would,
Yeah,
because
Ted.
he always- because he does all that stuff for Brookhaven. So he has a lot of like,
Yeah.
this company will recycle computer monitors and this company will take printer toner cartridges.
I feel like you might have some inside knowledge as well, because like you're tapped into the business world in a different respect from what I understand. I don't quite know, but like, I just get the sense from like stuff you said about like the Chamber of Commerce. And also there was that AI thing you talked about that I forgot about until now.
What's that, I'm sorry?
There was an AI thing that you invited us to that I forgot about. Something focused on it. I forget the thing.
I don't know, it was what I invited everyone was the Texas, amendments to the Constitution. That's what I invited everyone on. Anyway, AI is a big thing also. And if we're gonna implement AI, then the crime, the police department is the first to implement that. Right, yeah.
so
Yeah, they are.
Profiling.
All I can think of is, don't run.
If you run this fast,
No, more
you're
like,
likely to have.
it's from Minority Report where they're like, the guy's just minding his business, the cops show up and they say, don't run, because they are predicted that he's gonna do a crime.
Oh, yeah.
It's like-
back to subcommittee.
Never seen
So
that.
right now, I'm.
There you go.
We have Lauren, Val, and who else is on that one?
It's just us
There's
nowadays.
just two,
They
okay.
shall be rolled off.
So for for Built a Natural Environment, it's just Lauren and Val.
Good
Cause we do get rid of communications and water. We talked about like a waste reduction, zero waste subcommittee.
Mhm.
Who would be interested in that?
And what's the other one, the third one?
We don't have a third one currently unless we have more interest on renewable energy, clean technology.
And
And you don't have to be on a subcommittee. As far as I'm concerned, you guys show up to these meetings, you've fulfilled your obligation. So if you don't wanna do fun subcommittee meetings, that's totally fine too.
We don't, we just send emails.
Mhm.
So who is
Give me your
interested in the
feedback.
waste reduction price,
I'll do that.
price and Al, so we're gonna
I'll do either one.
more,
We're just shifting from water.
yeah, water conservation.
I don't think there's nothing there.
The built-in natural environment,
It was one I had to roll off.
and then the second one,
For that one?
yeah. You guys mind if
Okay.
Suzette joins built-in natural environment? All right.
They're not clicky.
So I think that gives us the direction that we need to move forward on that. For any of these things, if you have a passion project that you want to bring up, we can always add that to the agenda to do a presentation or anything like that. So just because it's not a subcommittee or, we're happy to open up the agenda. I know Al's presented on some of our stuff before. So I think we're good on that.
I do have a good number of articles that I just been saving as an interesting thing came up. For the time being, like, should I just save those in an email draft?
We talked about, I mean, I think the Google Doc idea was good. Are you familiar with setting one of those up? And then we could share that with
I
the
probably could.
group and
Question
then,
for you. How
Got like a
long
book
do you
club
think,
going on.
these are articles.
Hmm?
But the topics, can you summarize them and make a presentation to the committee?
I summarized the articles, but they was just like sentence blurbs. What exactly are you thinking?
Just the
You can
TLDR.
present it to us. It might be something to evoke some response and some new ideas. But I wouldn't hold back. If you're doing a lot of work, just present.
Put it together.
Yeah,
I do best when I have like a prompt, like
This is
Like I
your
s-
prompt,
don't worry about it. You
present.
can do it. You
like
already
in writing,
did.
it's just like in writing, I can like read it over and I'm just like, okay, so what do they mean by this word? Okay, so I can do it in this way. So like someone sent me an email like with the group consensus on what they're thinking I should do, aside from like just making the thing and like,
Just make the
They'll
thing.
make it up.
Like, if you have an article that's talking about where to recycle solar panels, then it would be like, that's the topic, recycling. Underneath the topic is solar panels. This is the article that goes with that.
This
It can just be
article.
Bullet
yeah.
points. You don't have
So,
to.
like,
Yeah,
Just
and then,
outline it.
yeah, the bullet point, just the TLDR, just like, solar recycling,
This is the
and,
place.
and here's where it is. Here's the supporting link to the supporting article. So, you know, you can just click on it, it's right there. And all the stuff could just, all the information can just be in that link to move forward. And,
Mhm.
and just the gist, just like a one sentence gist. Here is a company that recycles solar panels, solar batteries, whatever. And it's in Dallas, and here's the link that has all the information. That way you don't have to worry about, oh, well, I gotta do an abstract, I gotta do,
No.
yeah.
don't
Don't
look like a newsletter, like an organization, when they send out the newsletter, sometimes they'll have like relevant articles or like a
Yeah.
what we're reading
Right.
kind of thing.
Yeah, just like,
And then that could be something
Like here.
that the
They can
group,
even use this
as
format.
you come across something that would be relevant to the group or might just be interesting,
Mhm.
you know, put the link in there and it's just on
Right
a
click, copy link,
monthly
right
Google
click,
Doc. If
paste
you're,
link.
if you're bored at work or stuck in the doctor's office, you can pull it up. and read
Wondering
some-
about, how
Take
can I
a look at
recycle my solar panels?
Yeah.
Go look at our hub and there's like, oh, there's an
It
article
wouldn't be
about
something
it.
if you could get like refurbished solar panels
Yeah.
and cut the cost a little
Never
bit
know.
for some people, you know, and then something like that, you know, that's just stuff, who even knows what'll come out of it, but one seed of an idea, you know, germinate that, next thing you know, you got a good idea later. So. Control C, Control V, blah, blah, right in that cell. These P's. All right, fine, Excel, get these, you know, so.
Moving on.
That's, All right, I think we're good there, hey, Alex?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, receive an update from committee members on activities attended. Last week I did present to the city council, the sustainability committee update and vision, et cetera. Seemed to go over pretty well. Didn't get too many dirty looks, it was good stuff.
Dirty luck.
Dirty looks. So, this council seemed receptive to a lot of the stuff we were doing. Some things were more popular than others, but, you know, we move on.
Oh, did the, potential exit from the DART system come up?
Oh, yeah,
That was a
Sure did.
agenda item on the.
sure did,
That's not
and
part
we
of
are
it.
having
They-
the special election in May, whether
Talk about
to
it.
leave or not. They got voted on, the dark vote going to the general public of Farmers Branch will be in the May election.
Make sure you vote.
Yeah.
Make sure you register to vote.
And talk about it. That's more important than other
We
people.
were
we
a
going
big
to-
push.
I sent, yes, I sent an email to the mayor and my district,
Who's your council member?
yes,
Who's yours?
Via Franca.
Okay. Yeah, so, yes, keep doing that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at this
I
point,
sent them a
it's
dissertation too.
back to the, I mean, they've washed their hands of it, it's up to the population now.
Right, well, they can still
The
pull it,
electorate,
they can still pull it if something comes up.
that's true. That's a good
Because
point,
if we can get convinced three of them, well,
to pull it,
there
yeah,
were
that's
two of
true,
them.
that's a
Yeah,
good point.
So we just need one more.
Cause in case of a tie, there's a tiebreaker.
What's that?
You need
Oh, cause the
four,
mayor doesn't vote.
right, unless there's a tie, right?
It can't be a tie. There's five of them. 5 council members.
Oh, that's right.
No ties.
That's right, no ties.
You don't want the mayor to vote, that'll make it tie.
Okay. All right,
Anything else besides your?
me,
That's all I did.
or what, anything else that I went to, or?
Yeah,
For sustainability.
for sustainability,
Hmm.
other than your legally mandated duties as the chairperson.
I have not.
I can add now.
Yeah, go ahead.
That I've done something. It's basically, I did a lot of research work on, the composting business,
On what?
the composting
Oh, okay.
business. And once I get feedback from Alex, we can change direction, but this is something I think city council is going to be very receptive to.
It's gonna save them money.
Hmm?
It's gonna save them money in the long run. That's
Yeah.
what they respond to.
Yeah,
That's, mhm.
and reduce methane,
Oh, my
collection of methane. That's a big thing.
Interesting. Are you gonna present that to us once you've fine tuned it?
Once I get feedback from him.
Yeah, okay,
I will.
To a future.
wonderful.
I like that. Anyone else do anything where you would
basically
go?
the same thing he's talking about. Present it to us, but
Yeah,
you're talking, yeah.
yes.
How about you?
Yeah, how about you?
Went to,
Or
the Texas Trees Foundation UT Southwestern District, event. And they're investing almost 200 million, to make that area green.
In the medical district?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Awesome.
Like the big, one of the biggest hotspots.
It's
Yeah.
the
It
biggest
is the hot
hotspot.
Yeah.
It is the hardest.
So
Mm-hmm.
it was quite interesting. It's a huge amount of money that they're investing, which is great to see. But they're also, the hospital systems are also thinking of it as a recruitment tool for clinicians and physicians and things like that. So I thought that was interesting.
Right, I mean, your car gets so hot in the summertime, you probably die getting you.
They're also
Parking garages below ground, their cars are not getting hot.
But also, I mean, like the mental health and quality of life element too, like
Yeah.
people who work with spaces that are green and not.
Yeah,
Wait, Val, you're down there, aren't you? Are you?
Yeah, I'm part of UT Southwestern. I know exactly where the
Yeah.
positions are.
Yeah.
And yes, they do need to invest in
Yeah.
more, because People,
Where was
there's
that?
more patients. We're building bigger and bigger
Yeah.
cancer centers and
When was that
And
meeting?
people do better.
Uh,
When they look at their trees and stuff.
Was it nighttime or daytime?
Better health.
Maybe the luncheon.
Yeah, I can't make that.
Let's you like to volunteer, which is like diet plate?
No, I didn't actually, but it was through the Dallas donation.
Oh, okay.
And we went to, Young Frankenstein.
So good. So
Yeah,
funny. Haven't gone to Firehouse Theater. Should go, it's great.
Yeah, that'd be something else to talk to about sustainability. How was their, like, recycling and waste collection there?
Probably just like everywhere else, it's a bit trash.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've noticed too, in the city, Di put like no paper towels. The moment the administration changed, paper towels came back.
Yeah.
Where is this?
In the
City buildings.
City Hall.
Oh,
City Hall, I'm sure at the, rec center too.
Yeah.
Rec-
The financial
yeah.
justification for putting in, that was the person before me, got the money approved for the hand dryers. And so the justification for those was the savings on paper towels. That was what everyone had agreed to, and then people changed, people complained about them, and so now at least we have the hand dryers still in there, but now there's paper towels.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
it's kind of a
yeah.
little
so we
bit
have
double.
both.
We have both,
Both options.
personal preference, but, at least we got the hand dryers in there, and we got the good ones, so not the crappy ones.
So was it the electricity is more expensive?
Well, just the amount of money, they did the person before me, I saw her notes on how much money they're spending on paper towels. Like she went and found out how much they were spending in all the facilities and basically said, if we don't do this for a year, we can pay for all these Dyson
Really,
hand
good. yeah.
dryers.
Right. Now we're paying for the Dyson, we've already paid for the Dyson, but we're also paying for paper towels.
Yeah.
Right.
But hopefully we're
Smart
just using
business.
quite a bit less paper towels.
Yeah.
So,
Is there no way to know?
Nah.
I mean, I can dig in there, but that's.
Well, you'd have to-
working With facilities to try to
Political.
find
I
that,
mean,
it might
that's
not be worth.
The return on investment of time would be
Yeah.
not worth it.
That'd be pretty easy. I mean.
How many you're ordering,
Yeah,
Right.
how many
Dig
cases you're
through.
ordering per building,
Mhm.
but does that mean you're using them? And how much are you storing? So big, what's that?
Doesn't seem like, seems like you have more things that better use it.
I need an intern.
Yeah, dude. Where's our next, little person from a Canadian university?
Alexis, what's her name?
She was at she went to University of Ottawa or something.
Allegra.
Yeah, that was, no, it was the environmental health, it was under them, but yeah, I tried to get a sustainability intern once and didn't go well.
So. It not hurt to ask.
Yeah.
Now we have awards, so you should give them.
We're an award-winning department.
That's right.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything extra except for the houses and haunts and the tree giveaway
But does
and the city council.
the city council know we've got awards? Published it?
So they stopped doing the ceremonial items because the council meetings, went till 1 AM, like last Tuesday.
I know.
So they've tried to pare down what all they do. So it went out on like social media, branch bulletin, and then we do departmental awards too. Or so we had that at department meetings. So as long as they're reading the newsletter, checking, they should know about
And I
it.
brought it up.
Well, you.
And then the price, yeah.
This is the presentation.
Yeah.
Oh, was it in the presentation?
Yes. Both of those were in there.
I was just wondering if I need to make public comments about how great sustainability committee is.
Totally.
Just
Well,
don't
yeah,
watch
I mean,
the
it should be part of every we should all have elevator speeches, like.
Yeah.
prepared, that we can talk to people, be like, oh, we won this award, and oh, this is, I mean, like. We should all be talking about this all the time. Everybody that'll listen.
That's the key.
That's my communication shtick.
There you go.
I'm done.
All right.
Did you go to-
Discuss agenda items for future sustainability committee meetings. I think we kind of.
Right,
I think-
moving
I
on.
think we had-
Oh, did you have one, Mel?
Other than the tree event, but tomorrow I'm doing the thing you sent out, Alex.
Oh, me
the-
too.
the Let's
Let's
Grow,
Oh,
grow.
yeah.
ensuring success for water-wise landscapes.
Mhm. I love that, doing that too.
I'll see you on Monday.
Yeah, maybe on there as well.
So as far as, future sustainability meetings, I think I'm gonna like just send what I have for the whole clean tech thing and the articles I've summarized and like attached and linked to. And then I guess we can like go from there, cause like,
Yeah, I think that'll work.
yeah, I'll just shoot that your way and then we can just, I don't know.
Well, and once we
We
get,
want
the
you to present.
once we get the Google Doc established,
Yeah, we
you'll
want
just,
you
you won't even
to-
need to send them to Alex. You can just hop onto the Google Doc and drop it into there too, once that gets established, so.
Yeah,
That'll,
because
that'll save you,
theoretically, we can all access it and
Right.
add to it,
and
right?
that'll save you and Alex time too, because you'll just have that central hub. Didn't mean to cut you off there, Val.
I wasn't offended.
He's like,
love Cindy.
I would like to offer that as a Google sheet,
Google
not a
Sheet,
doc.
yeah. That's right, we can
Oh,
talk
sheets with
afterward
PowerPoint one?
or later. next-
Sheets are the
later next
Excel.
week and Get it set up.
oh, well, yeah, that's what I meant, yeah.
Docs is like Word.
Right.
That's too.
We'll do a Google Sheet and we have it by month or something like that.
You're like.
Perfect.
No, that's a Word, that's like an equivalent of a Word doc. Google Sheets is like an Excel spreadsheet.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Different cells. All right, before I really move on to anybody else, does anybody else have, any events that they,
Well, now that you say it that way. I don't wanna be left out.
Tree event.
I did the tree giveaway.
She did. Yes, she did.
She killed it.
all right.
Price, you skip the C7, the subcommittee updates.
Oh.
Go back to that one.
That's going in the review.
Yeah, make sure that goes in the
The
review.
performance
Up for,
review.
up for reelection, check here for no. Do we have any updates from our subcommittees?
Just the tree event.
Just the tree.
Just, yeah.
But you still should
That
have
was a
said
great
it.
Success.
And we might be folding one or two of these.
I'll ask again about our beta testing.
So that's still with the billing issues right now. They're getting trying to get both systems to talk to each other. So they're doing that before we do that.
That handshake, as they call it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, no updates on it.
all right. All right, since we already did.
I'm listening, go ahead.
Okay.
We're ready.
Huh?
All right, well, we already did C8. C9, discuss agenda items for future sustainability committee meetings. We kind of did that with the subcommittees. And looking into that and growing that, kind of putting our priorities out there with our scoring and with our new subcommittees, new/old subcommittees, so. Anyone have anything else for, future meetings? That we haven't already discussed?
Well, you already discussed that.
Like we've already discussed that.
Yeah.
Oh, composting. Cool, she did it.
Now?
No, not today.
Oh, I was gonna be like, wait a minute, no?
You want me to present that?
Yeah.
He'd be here for a while.
Yeah, you know, be like, our old mayor talking about the paper.
I know.
So-
He was here for a while.
He was, but hey, man, that kind of dedication is what we like. All right, well, if do we have anything else? All right, we have a
Second the
move to adjourn. We have a second to go. Any
Third.
discussion? Any? All right, all in favor of adjournment?
Alright.
Any opposed? No, meeting adjourned 7:33 PM.
I would do that. I think like majority.
Yeah.
I don't think everyone has to be in the